run you through what we've been working on with Vlad, Lily, and Speaks, Sam, and Pulse. We've been talking a lot about everything. So yeah, um, first of all, let me show you the current buildings. This is the building we're working on for the parcel. This is going to replace the mini quest build once we have once the DApp launches. Bit after that, we're going to be replacing the mini quest build, the construction site, with this one. So the design is mimicking, a candy store. We started looking into English candy shops in English traditional buildings, and turns out we ended up with something that has a Greek feeling, but we really love what's going on here. Lily has been working a lot on this one. I think, Lily, if you're down, it might be better if you say a word about this one.
Hello, hello. Um, yeah, well, yeah, we wanted to be like an English, classical English building, but it turned out more like a classic Greek building. But I don't know, I really like the contrast between the classic building and all the candies and pastel colors and stuff. So yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm adding details. We need to get the Vox models, which will be displayed from the contest. And yeah.
Awesome. Um, yeah, to say a few words on that, basically this floor is going to be holding the elements from the creators program. So whoever contributes to the program, we're going to be trying to use to incorporate those voxels as part of this floor. So if you submit a chair that's, the color matches the area, we'll try to fit it and make it an organic part of the building. If it's sweets, we might, put stuff on the shelves. We're trying to create as much space as we can in here for voxels. But in case, voxels don't fit, because obviously voxels can be any kind, we haven't really set, strict submission guidelines or anything like that. We're going to be using this entire floor for that, this floor is going to hold voxels, and it's also going to hold lots of portals. This is an example portal. Portals won't look like that, but that's how, so you get the mechanic. It's gonna be a picture of maybe the creator's Twitter profile, or maybe the creator's profile picture, or maybe a picture of the megavoxel they submitted. And essentially they're gonna be clicking on the portal, and then they're gonna be moving to one of those rooms, which is gonna hold that creator's megavoxel. So in this case, this is an example using this megavoxel that Jigar made. Jigar is a friend, a voxel artist. This car is not part of the creators program, just using it for reference. But yeah, that would be an example of how a room would look. Yeah, these rooms are basically templates. We've made the template, as you can see. The only thing that's going to be changing is the car, which is going to be replaced by each person's megavoxel. There's going to be details, maybe here, talking about everything, regarding the creator. If you use this portal, you're going to be able to go back to the main rare candy building, but we're also implementing a system where you can navigate through rooms by clicking, moving through rooms from within them. So in this case, if you can see, we're inside Jigar's room because this is Jigar's car, and to our left, I'm sorry, this is laggy. If you see lag, this is Cryptovoxels lagging a bit. But yeah, on our left we have Vlad's room, and then this is my room. Obviously, we're gonna add more details so you can tell what these pictures do. But essentially, you click on this. This is a hyperlink that gets you to Vlad's place, which is gonna be the same build but with a different megavoxel. Here we are. And you keep going. The design regarding, who has which room to his right and to their right and to their left is going to be mapped out. So there's a bit of gamification in terms of creating the map. And we are going to be potentially hiding a few Easter eggs for people to find if they go through the process of, exploring rooms and exploring the map. And yeah, these ones we're gonna do floors, so each floor has 3 buildings, 3 rooms, and then you can swap floor and you go upstairs, or you can go to a random room. Um, that's pretty much it for the designs. So what do you guys think? I'd love to hear what your impressions and also some feedback on if I explained everything properly, because I feel like I
And
said a lot.
this fucking magic. Like we went through this yesterday as well. I think this is like pretty interesting way to kind of use the free spaces and also to create this sort of like a labyrinth-like map, with different rooms. I think this is like a pretty good use case of how you could use Cryptovoxels spaces. I don't think anyone is doing this right now. Not just like as a private room, but publicly, literally. Like obviously you can't have like more than 5 people simultaneously in these galleries, but people can rotate. They can be in different instances of it, and it's again like it's a very, very good and creative way to use spaces in a public manner.
Yeah, I think so too. Hopefully, through the minimap and, like you said, rotating people through the rooms, we can sort of hide the issue of having multiplayer capped at 5 people. Like, people, even if you realize that there's a cap of 5 people, you can always assume that people are just in a different room, anyways. So, yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not a cap of 5 people, but you can only see 5 people. So actually more people can be inside, but you just can't see them. But they are inside. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
exactly.
I-
I think it's about hiding it. It's about hiding and making people not realize. Like if you have 10 people at the same time in this room, they can only see 5. Each of them can only see 5, but because we're doing the whole map, it might feel natural that they're only seeing 5. They might not notice, in a sense. Yeah. I would like to hear from you guys that are not so much, don't have too much experience with Cryptovoxels. How does it look? Does it make sense? Is it too complicated? That would be something that we're definitely on the lookout for. Um, we would like this to be simple and easy to navigate.
Okay, I have some thoughts. Um, so we had some time together, Jivan and Lily. I've already kind of looked at the space, and I want to say again, you've done an amazing job, both of you.
Thank you.
In terms of the complexity of it, like I'm not that proficient in terms of like the metaverse, so everything you guys have been showing me, that's the way I've been learning. It does kind of make sense to me. At least I think it does. The only one thing that I didn't really understand until you kind of showed now, like when I first visited the space, I visited the space where Lily was on the left and your picture was on the right, and now I just noticed that you went in and Vlad was actually on the left. So how many different variations of this room is there?
As many as needed. So this room is the template. Every time, let's say that you submit a creation, right? Let me try and show you the map actually, that might help. This is gonna look awkward because I'm gonna do it in Paint, so yeah, we're working with Paint here, Microsoft Paint. So yeah, right, so this is the idea, right? So this is the map, and this room that you're looking at it's a template. I can keep re-importing it and changing details. So let's say that the starting room is this one, and this is where we put jiggers. you know, the car that I showed earlier. So let me go to Giga's room. The layout of the current version is not exactly correct, but you'll see what I mean, I'm sure. So in this case, we're here, right? And then we have this room over here that has these pictures. So to my left, we see Vlad, and to my right, I see Jivan, right? So essentially what we're trying to mimic, because this is just mimicking, is this. So this floor, in theory, should have 3 rooms like this one. So every time you click the link, you move to a new room. This is a completely new room. And we go to Vlad's, right? If you go to Vlad's, you should be able to see Vlad's short, right? And now to his left, Vlad should have me, and to his right, he should have Jigar. Obviously, this is not right. Like, these are not placed properly, but this is how it should be. Like, as I said, to his left, he should have me. So this image should go to the other side. And then on this side, it should be Jigar's PFP. So this way, we make it look like these 3 rooms are interconnected by this area, right?
And is that going to depend on how many megavoxels we get, like in terms of submissions?
Yeah, exactly. We create floors of 3. Unless we don't need to, like we don't have to have 3 rooms on a floor. But yeah, for every megavoxel we create a new space, essentially, to do it justice. If we wanted to do more megavoxels in a single room, we can also do that, but that shouldn't be an issue, like if there's any reason to do it. But generally speaking, megavoxels are statue-like creations, so I don't think there's a good point, you know, towards putting multiple in the single space. It's gonna get overcrowded.
Okay, one more question I got is, you know where the arrows are? This is simply to display that you can navigate up and down. It's not like they actually are the buttons that you use, right? It's not like if you click on the arrow up or down, it takes you anywhere.
It does, because using the same example, this way we worked on one floor and we did Vlad's room. Oops, sorry. We did Vlad's room. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I can't use that. So we did Vlad's room, we did Jivan's room, and we did Jigar's room, right? Now, if you wanted to add more rooms, you would need to change floor because you can't do it any longer. So to change, we need to create a second floor, right? Now, to get to that second floor, you would need the arrows, because essentially this floor with Jivan, Vlad, and Jigar, this is floor 1. Obviously, everything I'm laying out, you won't need that. You won't need all that to navigate, because all those rooms, we're gonna have normal portals from the main building where you just click and go. You won't need to know all this information, but this information hopefully is gonna get interesting for people. Oops, sorry. Yeah, for people who are interested to try to figure out how it works, right? Because if you're in Giga's room and you press the up button, you go from floor 1 to floor 2. So in that case, you pressed up from the yellow room, so from here. So now you are in here, which is a different room. Again, position is yellow, but this is not Giga's room anymore. This is floor 2, so it might be, you know, your room, Thomas, and then Lilia, and so on. Does that make sense?
Okay, now I'm starting to understand better, but that kind of reiterates my point that I talked to you yesterday, if you remember, about having some sort of navigation system. Like if you go back onto the Cryptovoxels for a sec, like remember, if you back up a bit, I said either on the left or the right, we could have like a navigation system like a mall, where it says exactly what's on each floor, because until you just explained it to me now, I thought all the levels you were showing me, I thought all the rooms rather, were on different floors. I only now just realized that there's different rooms within one floor, and there's going to
Mm-hmm.
be different floors with different rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So at least for me, I don't know if it's just because I'm being stupid,
No,
or
it
I'm
is
not as,
complicated. It is complicated.
huh?
It definitely is complicated. It's not. I understand that. It's intentionally, the complexity is there almost intentionally because it's not a necessary feature. So
I
it's
think it's
almost.
super cool. I'm not saying we
I
shouldn't do it.
go on,
Sorry?
Tom. Sorry, bro. Go on, finish.
No, I just wanted to say that I think it's super cool. It does make sense that it's this complex in order to achieve what we're trying to achieve. But for me, being at least a visual person, I would like to have some sort of visual aid that shows me exactly what is where. So if we have like per floor, and then the rooms on each floor, and then on the second floor, the rooms on that floor. Because right now, I'm not understanding where I'm teleporting to.
Yeah, I think there will be a visual map, and also each voxel they will have like a plate explaining, some information about the voxel, and on the plate we can also write like floor 1, room B, or floor 2, room C, and etc., so that people know where they are. But I agree, we could also have something like a navigation, like a text-based navigation, so people can click on the text and teleport, or like a lift buttons or numbers are.
The thing is,
With the,
I
because
agree.
now if you go, for example, if you want to go from the first floor to the third floor to room C, you would have to do like 2, 3, 4 different clicks, or like 10 different environments. But if you give a navigation kind of panel, I think people can go to any room at any time, and also ensure that they will visit all the rooms in there. But something interesting for me, like also from what we discussed yesterday, is that we could hide some rare candies in there, so people who are curious generally, and they're not just gonna look at the boxes and leave. People who will explore the place, they're gonna go through each tiny piece of wall you can go in there, like similar to the Pokemon cassettes, where you were going, for example, in on the trees or in some corner, and you would find a rare candy, and kind of have some hidden rare candies for there without spoiling it. So just the people who are curious, they might find it. Otherwise, it's not gonna be like a public thing.
Let me ask you guys something. So here's my concern regarding putting out a minimap, essentially. If you put out a minimap, people are gonna look at it. If people look at it, people are gonna try to understand it, right? And I, on one hand, it might explain what's going on here, but on the other hand, I'm worried we're explaining stuff that don't need to get explained. Because, like you said, if you want to get to the third floor from here, the easy way is to just go back to the main parcel, because the main parcel is going to have links to everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say, because in the main parcel, everything's going to be crystal clear. You'll have portals to each megavoxel, and it won't matter what floor the megavoxel will be in. And if you keep, I know that it's quite chaotic and confusing, but that might be a good thing, because you want people to go in and click on everything and explore and find the rare candies and everything. So, it's a good thing to keep the chaotic part, maybe. That's how I see it, at least.
Yeah, purely because you don't need the functionality, you don't need people to understand. There is the easy way of just going through the main parcel and seeing every single thing. And dropping the minimap, I think it makes sense, but my suggestion would be to do it at a later stage. So launch without the minimap, and then once people play through it and the people who are interested to explore the design, let them play with it, and then we can launch like a system that looks like an elevator, for example, like a mini map that's clickable all the way through, and you can navigate through rooms very, very easily. We can make it super easy to navigate through rooms, but yeah, I would say we should probably keep it for a later date to keep some mystery and keep some simplicity.
My recommendation would be to find some sort of middle ground as like a newbie to the metaverse and just kind of exploring in the past months. For me, I would at least want to know what floor I'm on. Like, we don't have to have like, a comprehensive sort of list of every single detail and how to navigate. I can understand that can be kind of boring or like not needed, but personally, even if I've come from the main area, from like the candy store, and I've gone onto a floor, maybe I've made a mistake, I've gone onto the wrong floor, or maybe I just want to go to a different floor. Does that mean I have to go all the way back to the main parcel, or then back to here, or going up loads of levels, but you don't really know which floor you're on? That could be problematic. So personally, I would like to see some sort of like, middle ground between having too much information and not having any at all.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a great point. How would you guys feel about? I think the solution of having a floor number is great, actually, because it keeps some of it and also hints that there's floors. So look into it, play around with that. So maybe we should add. Yeah, we can play around with stuff, but yeah, I'm liking the idea of having a floor number somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we can have like a minimalist approach, even if it's literally just, the floor number and that's it. I also, understand we can communicate to the community. We can engage with them and ask them what they feel like. So we can start off as like a more minimalist approach in the beginning. And then if things get confusing and from the feedback we get, we can amend things.
Yeah.
That at least for me makes sense.
Yeah, I like that plan a lot too. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's have some info to at least help out people to understand what's going on, and yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll be in touch with you. I'll show you. We'll do about a few versions, and I'll show you. And yeah, we can talk about it and see what looks best and what works best. Few other things I want to talk about because we don't have much time, unfortunately. We should get started, I would say, with a bit of promo material with all this. I think it's a good time to get started. Maybe get a few shots, pause and talk with Sam, and show a bit of stuff on what we're working on.
Yeah, I think it's coming at a great time. Ross and I are planning tomorrow. We're going to do an update. There's a lot of internal stuff that Vlad kind of talked to me about today that we need to inform the community about. And one way we're thinking of doing that is to give like an updated video. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Vlad and I, a few months ago, maybe a couple of months, we did a video showing the new DApp. And there's new changes, new updates since then. So I think a good way to inform why these updates are happening and what's actually going on is to have something to show. So we can do that by having one, the update of the DApp with Ross and I, and also we can create some kind of custom material. Jivan, Lily and I can with this new parcel. So I think it kind of all coincides and works together well.
Awesome. Yeah, let's be in touch on that. Let's get in touch about that one, definitely. And I'll start passing material to Sam. Also, let's do some videos. Let's do some stuff. Let's show people what we're doing.
Yeah, do you wanna add a card actually on your Trello about just creating some content for this parcel?
I already have this. I already have two cards.
Oh, nice. Okay.
One more thing. This is mainly towards Vlad. I've been working on a list of creators in the space, doing especially people who are doing wearables. I already have a few names in here. I would say have a look. Let's see if there's any people that that you want to add, and let's start getting in touch one way or the other to let them know what we're doing. And
share the Trello link in Metaverse or something, and I'm gonna take it.
Will do.
We'll go.
Right.
add also some names, but I already talked with some people, like the ones we know personally. I already talked to them to tweet on Twitter, but I think it's a good idea to ping them again and kind of remind them, to submit their voxels through the form. I'm not sure if the form is fine. Is there like something that's missing, something we should communicate better? I'm not sure. We can take a look at it again, but I think it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy.
I think the most important thing is, making sure that the people receive the information that it's not hard. They don't need to create something new for this. They don't have any real guidelines. We just need to communicate that, you know what, just drop us something and give us a reason to feature you. Give us just anything. Give us any reason to put you, to make a gallery for you. That's all. Something simple.
Yep. That
Yeah,
sounds good.
I'll show you I'll pass you the link. We don't have time, so I guess I'll show you really quickly, how to use basic functionality on Cryptovoxels in case anyone. I'm not sure if there's anyone here who doesn't know how to do it, but I think it's interesting to go through it. Basically,
Sure. I mean, maybe we should do that as part of the next video, like as an intro to the second episode, and maybe just focusing the first one on this build. What
yeah,
do you think?
up to you guys. Up to you guys. My suggestion is that it's quick, so either way works for me. It really comes down to you guys.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we can show some stuff here, and if we need like an extra video with details, we can do it as well. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to show, some of the basic stuff, because many people are overwhelmed indeed with Cryptovoxels. And Ali, are you also like in CV? I remember you had some wearables. Do you create wearables, or it was like some stuff you put here and there?
I mainly do like music and stuff, but I'm very interested. I use the Paint 3D also to create things, but I don't know how to actually use them as wearables or upload my art to voxels to make them wearables.
So the Voxel Creators Program is a good starting point. Like you can find the link in the Metaverse channel, or I can DM it to you. And basically, like you can download Magica Voxels, which is like a Photoshop for voxels. Like it's a very straightforward program, like Paint, like super easy. And there is some things you should keep in mind, like dimensions. Normally for Cryptovoxels, wearable should be 32 x 32 x 32 pixels. And then, the easiest way to submit them is to own a parcel. So if you get a parcel, you get also a contract to deploy your own wearables. You can also do it through the Cryptovoxels wearable contract, which is free. Or you can do it through the Rare Candy Cryptovoxels contract, which is again free for everyone who will be whitelisted. And to get whitelisted, you just have to participate in the event. You can create like any sort of wearable. It doesn't have to be like fancy or anything. And all of these submissions will be used to decorate our parcel. Of course, they will be linked to your profile, to your social media and everything. And if people decide to buy the wearable, you're getting the profits. So this mostly for us like a win-win scenario, because we get to promote like new artists and kind of expose them to the broader scene, but at the same time we get to decorate the parcel with community submissions, and not only our own stuff, not just to have our own aesthetic. Like the build itself is our own aesthetic, but then anyone can add like a plant, or like a lamp, like a table, a turntable, or whatever it comes in mind. So I think this is a good starting point if you want to get involved. In general, like it's a pretty cool thing. It's pretty easy to create these things and upload them and sell them for some profit. It's not like art, but they are NFTs, so you're not gonna be able to sell them for like thousands of dollars. But you can have like a T-shirt or something, or like a sword, and sell it for $5 or $10 and have like hundreds of copies of it. And if people find it interesting, they're definitely gonna grab some of this. So I think, if you're interested, I'm gonna send you the link in DM, bro.
Something else I'm very excited about to, follow up what Vlad just said is those mega voxels in here. So if someone submits a mega voxel and a few other voxels that work with it, we could also like decorate this area with, I don't know, some voxels that that person made. So all in all, the entire thing is about making the voxels that people make pop, and putting the highlight on the creator one way or the other, and give them whitelist to the contract while they're on it. So yeah, I hope people go through with it and they submit, because it's a cool concept, I think, and let's really know it's not hard to get involved. um yeah.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward and simple. I just got to do a little homework, and if you guys can send that link to me, I would appreciate it. I
Awesome.
seen that I seen it posted about the program. I think it's a great program. I just think a lot of people don't really know too much about the voxels yet. But I think a lot of people are missing out. I really like what you guys are doing.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm
I'm
happy to show you if you want. I can show you some basics of Magica Voxels, the software and stuff like that, if you want.
how
Oh
about
yeah, yeah. That'd be cool.
how about we do it over the next metaverse call? We do like a simple, quick 5-minute tutorial how to make voxels, literally 5 minutes to get through it, and then the rest is pretty much done
Yeah,
to you.
it's super simple. I know like everyone is overwhelmed because it sounds like, I have to learn a new software, but it's basically like Paint, like literally. It's as simple as Paint.
Yeah, literally it's 3D paint. You don't need to
Yeah.
have
Right.
any 3D
I
model
actually
knowledge.
I made like maybe 3 or 4 shirts on Paint 3D. Now I just got to take the next step, like you guys are saying, find out the dimensions and all the specifications you need to make the voxels. So I see what I got to do next now.
Awesome. If there's anything we can help you with, we're always down to help. So definitely reach out, definitely ask, and yeah, we're always happy to help. Awesome. I'll run you through I think I'll run you through. If anyone needs to run, obviously understandable, but I think I'd like to show you really quickly the stuff we talked about getting started with Cryptovoxels. Basically, you land on the home page. That's the home page, and you need to sign in first of all with your wallet. As long as you do, it's a simple click here to connect your wallet. You connect, you sign in, that's all. And then if you hover here, it's gonna say anonymous. It's not gonna say anything. Then you sign in with your MetaMask wallet. And hover your name here, it's gonna say anonymous. Change name, boom. Just register a name, it's free. You click register, it's getting minted on Matic, and that's it. That's everything you need to know about setting your username. Now, to edit your wearables, you need to go and edit custom. Now this one is a bit more tricky and scary. I remember the first time I tried to do this, but yeah, here you press add custom, you create a custom. You click on it, and then you see those these 2 tabs. Now there's 2 tabs: skin and wearables. For your skin, you can basically change the color of a specific part of the body. So in this case, let's change the head to red. This is it. And you can also make stuff invisible, right? And that's all. That's what skin does. Now to add wearables, you need to own wearables, and these are minted, and these are NFTs minted on Matic. So you need to own some. So the first one is free, it's on the house. You just have to click this option, which is available for everyone. You get your free wearable a few hours later, and then you can wear it. Now for this account, I passed a couple of wearables from main account just to show you how you wear them. But basically, you click here, add wearable, you add it, and then you need to attach it to the part of the body that you want it to be. So for example, I'm adding this totem face, and I would like to use it as my face, as my head. So I'm going to attach it to my head, right? And now obviously it's not placed correctly. So these options here is how you move it. The first option, if you click it, you first click on the wearable, and then you can move it around. First option is to, change the position. This is for the rotation. The second option. The third one is to change the size. You navigate in space, right click to do this, to change from left to right. You can scroll to zoom in and zoom out, and middle mouse button down to navigate, to rotate around in the space. You change the dimensions to make it fit to whatever part of your body you want it to be. And then after you do, now you can see that the issue, obviously it's not perfect, but I will do for now. Now you can still see the head, so that's an issue. So what you want to do is you want to go back into skin and click on the on visible on head, and this way your head becomes invisible. And that's it. That's how you wear the wearable. Now if you go in world, you can see that the wearable is working as you would expect. I hope that makes sense. You can still see the other wearable that I didn't bother to set up. I was just lying there on the floor. Does it make sense, guys?
Yeah, pretty simple.
Nice. Again, if you try it out for yourself, let me know if you're having any issues. You can create multiple costumes, and you can change through them through this option. Basically, every costume you create is going to show up here. A costume is basically a collection of wearables placed on your avatar, wherever you attached on separate parts of your body and placed at the correct size / position. And that's it. If there's anything, let me know. Alright, awesome. That's everything for the Metaverse call. Thank you guys for showing up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like what we're doing. If there's any feedback, please let us know. And yeah.
Awesome, man. Nice to see everyone. This was a really nice way to kind of do the Metaverse calls. I think we should do them here. So that everyone can join, and it's not just an internal call just for the team members. I think the community should be involved. There are some cool ideas from everyone we could leverage and take under consideration. But also it's a good gateway for newcomers to start to get familiar with Cryptovoxels or even other metaverse in the future, and start kind of contribute to how these metaverses actually look. I think this is like pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I really liked this metaverse call. I think it makes sense to do it this way because I think it's easier for people to get involved. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, as I said.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I think it's a great way to get information out.
Awesome. Alright, catch you guys later then. And
Yep.
yeah,
Catch you later. Thanks for the presentation, Joe. Lilia, thanks. Catch you guys later. Take care.
Have a great day, guys. Bye.
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 Guys, take care.